Boone, I think it's technically cheating when you respond to me saying hello, chat, because we're literally on a call when you do.
Yeah, that could be true.
It's like people that come to the office and then like email their co-workers good morning when they're like 3 feet away.
You know, that hurts,
people do
James,
that?
because that's me. Yeah. I would much rather communicate digitally than face-to-face. And that was true before the pandemic, so... all right, so Dave has indicated that he believes that I am a enigma who he knows nothing about, despite the fact we've worked together for 6 years. So
I'm like Han Solo, and you're Kylo Ren. I don't even know you anymore, man. Like, you know, like
that's
you
not
might
the
as well...
storyline, though. That wasn't the storyline. Han Solo indicated he knew everything about him. You're my son. That's all I need to know. Okay,
clearly,
that was the
clearly
whole
we didn't watch the
storyline
same
in
movie.
3 movies. That's the only thing he said to Kylo Ren.
And then they had to kill off Han Solo because they didn't feel like paying him $60 million.
But they didn't kill Han Solo. He kept coming back every single movie. They were like, all right, here's a Han Solo flashback. All right, here's Han Solo, but it's actually Leia force ghosting herself as Han Solo. She's pretending to be her dead husband.
Remember when she went into space and then she like blew up a fucking
and then they did the
starship?
weird witch thing? I was like, what the
That's
fuck?
That's the same scene where they killed Rebel Alliance hero Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, listen.
No.
That scene, if they had just let Leia die there, I thought for sure, like when she was there, I was like, wow, that was a really fitting tribute to Leia. Then she opened her eyes and started fucking Mary Poppinsing, and I was like, what? What the fuck is... It's not the first time I went, what the fuck, but it's definitely the one that made... You know, like, sometimes you're it's like hydro skimming, right? Sometimes you're like doing it, and you're like, okay, it's okay. Like, there's bumps occasionally, all right, but I'm not out of the tune yet. I'm still vibing with this movie. That was the one that was like, nope, I'm doing flips and shit. I'm out, man.
You're about 4 years too late for this outrage, Arthur.
I outraged it back then. I outraged it back then. Back then, my first outrage was, why didn't they have TIE fighter coverage? Just literally like the first most basic principle of Imperial engagement. Like, the entire movie would have been different and several plot points if they had just been like, all right, we're just going to let the TIE fighters do their disposable thing. Boom. Rebels are dead.
Imagine if the rebels used the same tactics they used in that movie everywhere else. The Empire would have died straight away.
You mean suicide bombing people? Because...
No, I mean like when they did like the what if we just... hyperspace jump through the fucking ship.
Yeah, that was a suicide bomb.
No, but they lived.
No, she didn't. She blew up horribly. That woman died, as did the massive ship she was on.
But here's what you do. You build the spaceships so that all you have to do is hyperspace into another ship. Like, it could just be a tiny ship. And all it has to do is just puncture that fucking enormous ship.
Okay.
Boom.
But this is a tale
There's
as
only
old
one
as
ship that was
BattleTech.
able to do that.
Yeah. It's just made life a lot harder for Star Wars GMs. That's all.
Well, So here's what one of the solves that I read for it that is much more elegant, and it's because Snoke's ship was tracking them through hyperspace.
I'm sorry, everyone, by the way. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Well, you started talking about Star Wars and in a room full of Star Wars nerds. So, but because Snoke's ship was tracking them through hyperspace, it was partially present in both real and hyperspace. And so when she hyperspace jumped through it, it destroyed it. That's the solution that I like to think of in my head.
That's bullshit, though, and I don't accept that. But you cling to whatever floating flotsam you need to drag yourself out of the ocean.
Yeah,
after your hydro skim throws you off.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's
I'd actually call it jetsam now, following the last movie. They sort of rather than flotsam.
It's no spaceship that is made to be completely indestructible. That's made to blow up a star. To
Sun
destroy a star
Crusher,
system.
please.
Yep.
No. All right, let me get back on my original intro sequence. As you may know, I've been trying to shorten intros, and every time I do, Dave resists. However, I would like to offer everyone here an opportunity to ask me one question. I can't guarantee I will answer it, but you can ask me a question. Ask me almost anything is the way I think I'd phrase it. And let's do that for intros instead to keep it real short so that we can play this game. Dave, let's start with you. You have an opportunity to ask me almost anything. Any one question I might answer. Could
All
be
right, I got a doozy for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen in love, Arthur Perkins?
several times.
That's all I get. All right. So
You asked
guys,
a yes/no question, and even then you still got a non-binary answer. You got a qualified answer rather than a quantified answer.
if I gave
My
you
God.
7 lines of space to write your answer, you would have wrote yes out the top, motherfucker. God
So
damn it.
That's just a waste of space for
Yeah.
less paper.
Sounds like you should have phrased your question better. All
Yeah, you
right.
should ask a question like, tell us
And
about
if
your
so,
greatest love.
please elaborate. Please elaborate. All right, someone follow up and kick this fucking ball.
Someone asked a better question than I did.
But
so-
do you have
so-
anything else you need to share, Dave, about any ongoing projects you have, since you're the ongoing projects man?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to say before I met Arthur Perkins, I was the firm believer that there was one Death Star. I was rudely awakened when he told me that there were several Death Stars, and that I should rewatch the movies without looking at my phone all the time. So
There's more than 2 Death Stars, depending
I know,
on how you
that-
look
that-
at it.
that blew my mind. It's like, why?
I mean, one was an entire planet, so it's kind of, I don't know how they missed that one.
Did they not know the outcome of the first one? And they're like, let's redo it, see if it happens again. And it did.
So that's actually pretty believable to me, having seen a lot of military contracting. They're just like, all right, there's a super weapon. It worked once. We're just going to keep remaking. You know, like, we've got the plans. we just need to scale up our vision.
Exactly.
That's right. It's only a question of resources.
Like, we've already invested.
At least the
There
second
was a
time
guy-
they switched it up a little bit. They let it to where they can target spaceships instead of just planets.
So
Yeah.
no, I know what it was. There was a guy in a board meeting somewhere that was just like, okay, well, how many planets did we blow up? Like a couple? Oh, that seems like it was good.
And they
How much-
only had to fix one little thing, one little exhaust point. That's all they had to fix.
Yep.
And the second week, have you seen the Family Guy Blue Harvest, where they identify the exhaust points? Like, oh, gee, you better fix that then. Yeah, we better get a couple of quotes though.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know if you remember, if anybody's watched the Dorkly bit where it's talking about the engineer for the Death Star, and it was like, you know how hard it is to have an exhaust port, one exhaust port
For a moon-sized space station.
inside space station with a giant laser.
What I want to know is why whatever plasma that was sent down there was not evaporated by the extreme amount of heat that would have been projecting out of this exhaust pipe into space. If it was the only
why
one.
it was sucked into an exhaust port.
It was an inside job, obviously.
Okay, but what's going on? Well, Eluda's coming along really well. Did I tell you guys about how I got into the Apple versus Epic case?
Yes.
Did I tell you about that?
Yep.
Yeah.
You also
Is it
explained
following
this
it, or
everything.
you're a party to the case now?
No, my game was used as
Oh, sorry,
evidence.
that's right. Yes.
The worst fucking outcome you could possibly imagine. And I don't know. I mean, we're getting pretty close to starting the second company now, so that's always fun. Baby, house, trying to do things like an adult. It sucks because I don't feel like an adult, but I have to do all these adult things now. So,
I feel you.
That's the trick, though, Dave. Is nobody feels like an adult, and we all have to do these adult things.
So when my kid grows up and it's like, Dad, I feel I want to be treated like a mature person. I'm like, no, you hang on to that innocence, young one. Because eventually you get to the point where you're like looking at bills and you're like,
Can I go back to high school?
God, yeah, you're like, God, I wish I was, 12 again.
I'm
not going back to high school, but like being like, how much time can I dedicate to playing Fortnite this week? Because
I'm at the point in child rearing where my children are making the transition from calling me daddy and my wife mummy to dad and mum, and it's confronting, when that innocence
man.
departs.
luckily
instead
for
of-
me, there is one word in Polish for dad, and it also means daddy, so I'm good.
At least they're not going, "Hello, father."
You have something to worry about that case.
Yeah.
You better be watching your back. Your kid's probably trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Well,
Check
I
the
don't
rooms
know
for
about
sharp
you, James,
objects.
but I call my father old man, so I don't I don't know if that's getting to your point yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I do actually have some news. So I told my older brother about the fact that I'm having a baby, right? And it's like, oh, it's gonna be due like early January, and then he's like, he drops this bombshell on me. Yeah, that's about the time my second kid will be born. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'll race you, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh no.
What?
Yeah. So
How does a
my
man
older
who has
brother,
a second kid not understand how this biologically works?
so my older brother had his wife pass away and leave like their newborn child with him. So he's come a long way to the point where I was like never expecting him ever to want to have a kid with someone else. And then I was like, hey man, I'm having a kid myself. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. Except I'm gonna race you. Like, to me, that was just like insane. That was like an insane discovery to happen. So the problem that I have, right? My parents, who both live in Australia, will need to make the decision now as to where they go.
Yep. Of which birth they're going to be at.
Do I go across the world to visit my son in Poland to see their first child, or do I take the easy road and go down the street to see my other kid?
This is the ultimate
baby.
Who do your parents love more test.
Do I spend 16,000 Australian dollars and travel to the other side of the planet?
Or do I go down the street?
We will find out in January, ladies and gentlemen.
I would be shocked if Australians could leave Australia by January. Honestly, like they've talked about keeping international flights out until late 2022.
Yeah, my younger brother's getting married sometime at the end of this year, and I'm just like, well, I'll never see it, so FaceTime me, I guess. So fuck it. So yeah,
Okay.
just the times we live in.
Hondo, what
Anyway,
do you
that's my
have?
news.
I don't have a question, to be honest, because I got nothing about that, because I already probably know more than what I need to know.
More than you ever wanted to.
About me. Because I literally hold nothing back, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something I need to know, I'll ask you, and you'll say, this is what it is. And I'm cool.
Well, Hondo, I'm glad that you're completely uninterested in my life.
I mean, you talk about it every week. So
Damn, Pondo, that's cold, man. Come on.
Yeah, that did sound bad as I said it, but no, every week I do get caught up in your life whenever I come onto the show.
Look, I even stopped making up absurd lies specifically for you. I did it for 2 whole years. I couldn't stop.
I know.
For those 2 whole years, I thought you were just a fancy hat salesman, Arthur. Now I know you're so much more than that.
Listen, I need to get in on the Amazon reseller hat game, you know? Get an Amazon sponsorship, be like, you know what? You need a solid wizard hat? Not this one, not this thing. It's made out of rubber. It's like a gasket. Let me show you a solid wizard hat right here. This is what I wear when I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Drenched in what I can only assume is unicorn blood.
What do you have going on, Pondo the Man?
I almost finished painting the nursery, so yeah, that's almost done.
What color is it?
Huh?
What color is it?
Simplified beige and pink shadow. Pink shadow is the accent wall.
So you having a girl, or you just painting a pink?
It's a girl that we know at the moment until it pops out and suddenly has something dangling between the legs. But
I can just imagine it. It's a baby girl. Oh wait,
that's
there's
the
something
umbilical
else
cord.
in there.
something other than the umbilical cord. Yeah, no, it's that the only thing left in there is to get patch up the spots where paint peeled off because of I don't know why. It's very bizarre. It's like some parts of the wall. I don't know.
Radiation.
Don't you work in paint? Like, isn't paint your shtick now?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I understand what the hell they painted before I painted it.
He doesn't take his work home with him, James. Come on, let the man have a separate life, all right?
I once stripped and paint off a Mini, as in like a Mini Cooper, not a miniature. And it had been painted 7 times, just one over the other, including 1 layer of house paint.
Ew.
It's like this person decided every year, I want my car to be a different color this year.
I guess I'll go down to the hardware store and
What
pick
layer
up a
was
can of
house
paint.
paint and how did it stick? So many questions.
That's wild.
It's lead to go faster. Jesus. Pondo, I have an actual question for you. Are you doing a crib or are you doing something else?
Getting like a 4-in-1 crib.
A 4-in-1 crib. Is that the one where you can like take the sides off and then it becomes a bed or whatever?
Yeah,
Or is it the
it's
other?
start crib, then it can come to a day bed, then you can go to like a toddler bed.
What something else is there, Dave? Are you talking like a glass pod or something? Or?
No, I wish. Yeah, we're putting our child in suspended VR. No, no. Basically, my wife is considering getting it's like a basket, and like you can it like has handles and you can like move it around the house and shit. So you don't have to have like like an actual piece of furniture for it or something. It's just kind of like because all of her friends had babies like literally in the last year, and they're all like, yeah, we never put the kid in the crib. The kid is either sleeping in our bed or some other weird thing. And she's like, we don't need a crib because I'll do this. I'm like, never had a kid, but that sounds weird to me. So
that does sound a little weird. I can see the convenience, but I guess it's a Poland thing. I don't know.
I would say this is the perfect opportunity to say, like, man, those Europeans are so strange. Like, you could have gotten away with it.
I guess that's true because you're not technically European. You're Australian that lives in Europe.
I found out today that there was a time where Australia was considered to be allowed into the
European Union.
No, not the European Union, but the Eurovision. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, because it was like a colony of Britain. And I'm like, what? But it's like nowhere near Europe.
Yeah, there was like a change.org thing that someone did, and it got up, and they let Australia in for 2 years to the Eurovision contest.
So weird. Yeah.
What's that conversation like when they're not allowed in the Eurovision contest anymore? It's like, yeah, you've been here for 2 years, but
well, I mean, it's
we're gonna have to let you go.
It's all COVID. So we can't. Australians can't leave the country anyway. So it's your government, not mine.
That's going to be like the excuse for the next 3 years. Is it's like, it was just COVID. Like nothing we could do about it.
I don't know. I feel like we could do a Catherine Hahn COVID all along meme sequence. I remember the Palpatine all along thing that James sent me. I couldn't stop laughing. How does he end up being behind everything? 9 movies in a row. It's incredible.
Go for Papa Palpatine.
You think someone would figure it out at some point?
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else, Pondo?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, Big Spoon, you're up.
All right. So if you knew the time of your demise, what would your last meal be?
I mean, isn't that highly dependent on the time of my demise?
I'm just,
right?
You can prepare for it. You can spend years refining a meal.
Sure.
I'm
Allow me to
say,
bullshit
AP,
my way out of this question. Okay. First off, you don't know whether it's going to be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you don't know the day of the week, so you don't know whether brunch is appropriate or like availability of local ingredients, right? Like, I'm not going to get steak when I'm in the middle of a place that doesn't, like, just the same way I wouldn't get seafood in the middle of America, right? If I'm in Iowa, I'm not going to order seafood because I don't like committing suicide.
I mean, if you knew the time you died, you could make plans for that. Say, hey,
you could literally be in California and get that fucking seafood on your time of death.
So let me say that I fear the chill touch of oblivion every day, and usually every night while waiting to go to sleep. The endless nothingness and the nothing my brain will think of forever. But my hope is that in the next 20 years of medical science, we may finally extend the human lifetime, or at least find some way to upload our brains to something. Now, of course, my body will die a la Soma, and that line of thought will be gone forever. But my hope is that I will never die, and I'll live the trillions and trillions of years until finally the universe shakes itself apart and cools down via Hawking radiation.
So fucking chicken
But what
nuggets
would
from
my
McDonald's.
final meal
All right,
be,
got it.
Spoon?
Yeah.
It would be contextual, because what if I could get void braised space eel, right? That's obviously not available now, but in the year 40,000, it is.
When you meld with the cosmic AC, and it
Oh,
goes.
the last question. You know, I love that they made a manga
Yeah.
out of it. It's a fantastic, excellent short story.
It is.
So my answer to your question is, it's too complicated to answer.
No. The answer to your question is there has not been
Insufficient
enough meaningful data collected.
There's insufficient data to give a meaningful answer.
If you live an extra 40,000 years, I can almost guarantee your last meal, you'll be on your deathbed being like, man, I could really use a fucking steak right now. Those haven't existed for, 22,000 years. So
Listen, we gotta be honest. Americans are going to space, right? Steak will exist in the space future.
But it won't be like how it was on Earth, man.
Sure, it'll be
think
a
it's-
Impossible Burger.
I think it's
hope-
optimistic that you think that there's going to be a space future.
And I hope there's not going to be the 3D printed steak that I've been hearing about. That just sounds.
I don't know. I might be into that.
Appetizing.
I want to try like some of the artificially created meat, the humane meat, to see what it's like.
Yeah, me too.
After a certain amount of time, chicken nuggets are just going to be nuggets. And then
Meat nuggets.
meat substitute nugget.
Yeah.
Got anything else
Man,
going
can
on?
I get a 20 piece of those soy nugs, please?
I mean, not really. I got convention that I'm going to coming up in 2 weeks down in Texas. It's going to be.
This is the convention where you grandstanded and said we can't do the gladiator hall, and you convinced everyone to riot on me. Yeah,
we led the
Spoon.
cast uprising.
Yeah, it's not often I am the end point of a cast uprising, motherfucker.
No, but so I'm really looking forward to that. Going to see some folks that I haven't seen in a year and a half. So, but the overseas crew that normally comes isn't coming this year. But hopefully the year after.
Shocking.
Yeah, I mean,
Why? What possible reason would they have to stay away?
yeah. Well, America is America, and it's Texas. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Texas, the land of the completely unregulated healthcare system.
Yeah. Yep.
There are going to be times in my life where I think back and go, man, I'm glad I did that. And I'm glad I did the very first cringy TwitchCon. Like, I'm glad that I was there for that.
Yeah. You always have those memories.
I live down the road from the Moscone Center in fucking San Francisco. So I was like, yeah, I'll fucking go. It was the worst fucking thing I've ever had the privilege of experiencing. I hope that your con, when you go now, isn't just going to be like, hey, welcome to this humongous space where there's 14 people.
Yeah. No. This one's a much smaller convention. Usually there's, anywhere from like 300 to like 450. Like it's really small. So I'm not worried about the size of the con or how many people will be there. But
all right. Are you a merch guy when you go to these things? Like, what do you do when you go to these cons?
So I go to test out new games and play new games and stuff. And I've got some friends from across the country that we have met at conventions, and there's like a circuit that I go to every year. But no, I'm not. It's pleasure, not business.
Great.
Reminding you of the man with the iron fist scene where this is your business, this is pleasure.
That's actually a pretty decent kung fu movie if you ignore the campiness.
Well, I mean, it's just meant to be a cheesy kung fu movie.
Yep.
You mean Into the Fist?
No, that man with the iron fist.
Yeah, the man with the iron fists.
Okay,
It's,
because I was about to say, End of the Fist is a darling movie, and
Yes.
it should be respected. And you can go watch it for free right now on YouTube. So you
Yeah.
should go.
Now, the best kung fu movie is obviously Kung Fu Hustle. That is one of the greatest kung fu movies ever made.
I'll agree. I'll agree with you there. Yeah,
But-
it's pretty outstanding.
Ip Man, I
Yeah,
remember being pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those the first two I think were really good. 3 I think was okay, and then I think Donnie Yen stopped making them.
Yeah. I hope
What a,
Marvel knocks the Shang Lao movie out of the fucking park. I want to see a high budget American kung fu movie in the Marvel universe. Come on now.
what about Kung Fury?
Oh yeah, that one's
Fury,
fun, too.
yeah. That's
Anything
also,
with
that's
David
also good.
Hasselhoff. Anything with David Hasselhoff, I'll watch. Yeah,
Is he even really in the? I don't.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
he is.
He's the voice of the car at the very end.
No, he's in there too.
He's in it.
Yeah,
He
he's
does
in
the
it.
song.
Yeah, I know he's the song, but that's not the movie. That's just the theme song that he does a music video for. No, he's technically at the very end where he's playing the car, like Kit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ha 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 ha, Knight Rider reference.
Yeah. But then also we're putting in a new floor in the basement, so that's all I got going on for me.
Okay. All right. James. You.
All right.
Everything wants up.
So I'm not going to attack you in the question because I'm going to attack engineers in my rest of my intro. But let me just ask you, through on the Star Wars theme before, what aspect of what is now Legends character setting, that would you like to see, brought into the Star Wars canon now through movie
Wraith
or
Squadron.
through? Yeah.
Dash Rendar.
No, not Dash Rendar. Wraith Squadron. Wraith Squadron, because it means tying in Rogue Squadron, and it means tying up some of the best storylines, including iJedi.
I mean, they're talking about doing Rogue Squadron anyway, but I think, it could just be the name of the show.
Just skip Rogue Squadron. Wraith Squadron is the core of where it's at. Wraith Squadron is fucking primed for modern Disney Star Wars. It's a bunch of washout fuck-ups that band together, have to learn to become a single unit. There's dramatic deaths, and then they overcome adversity to steal Imperial starships one by one. They're just like, okay, we got a collection now. We got a TIE fighter, we got a bigger TIE fighter, got a TIE bomber, got a Star Destroyer, Corvette. We're just gonna get one of everything, hot rod them all. It's got speeder chases, it's got intrigue, terrorism, bombing, counterterrorism, X-wing fights, A-wing fights, pew 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 pew, romance, not romance, rage, droids, freedom, America. It doesn't have America. It does have Han Solo for like 10 minutes. Han Solo shows up and is like, "That's right, I'm in this storyline. I'm Han Solo, kid. All right, I'm gone. Han Solo out."
That's a good description of how Han Solo is throughout Star Wars.
So if they made that, then would they have to get like the budget Han Solo to come in and take over? Like,
No, I mean you could
Arlen-
literally write his part out, and it would make literally no difference of the storyline.
Here's what you do: replace it with Dash Rendar, and then you've got a
there you
movie,
go.
right? Like,
There you go.
So here's my beef, James, is that everybody hypes up Thrawn as like, oh, Thrawn is the ultimate Star Wars bad guy. But Thrawn fails pretty much immediately, and his one good plot is actually a pretty good plot to put stealth coating on a couple of asteroids and then fire all of those, but then continue to fire them. So like they're like, all right, we have a big gun that fires stealth asteroids. So everyone's like, oh, that's bad. And then they're like, all right, we only have 16 stealth asteroids, but the rebels don't know that. So fire the gun 700 times. And then everyone's like, oh shit, there must be 700 stealth asteroids. And I was like, That's actually pretty smart, Thrawn. Nice work. You managed to make a stealth field that blinds you in both directions that's functionally useless in any other way. Actually good. But no, Thrawn is a massive racist and fails continuously and is also a huge liar. The bad guy of Race Squadron is Warlord Zinj, and he is chillingly bad.
How about this?
Even when he's defeated, he's just like, oh no, I died. Guess what? I wasn't dead. I used a stealth field to fake blowing up my Star Destroyer, and then I jumped out. You fuckers just found another Star Destroyer that I left there. It's been implied for like 10 books that I did that. Bada bing, bada boom, it's me. Warlord Zinj, I'm back. Nope, I'm dead again. This time
Arthur,
it's real.
how about this? Instead of that guy, you put HK-47 as the villain.
No, I don't. First off, he doesn't exist in the current Star Wars. He's been dead for thousands of years.
He's a droid.
He's been dead. No, IG-88 is clearly the better choice, and we've already seen an IG unit walking around doing some dope ass shit.
Here's the thing: if you put IG-88
And he's voiced by
into that
Taika
film,
Waititi. I mean, how much you get that Taika Waititi money? You just have him show
Arthur.
up and be IG-88B. Okay.
if you put IG-88 into the movie, then you canonically have to put Dash Rendar in the movie.
No, that's not true because IG-88 has been in a Star Wars movie before. IG-88 was the second Death Star.
So that means Dash Rendar is part
Don't
of
believe
the
me?
universe.
Google
Oh my
it,
God.
Spoon. Google that shit. The Emperor fights the Death Star when the Death Star's like, I'm not going to open this door for the Emperor. And the Emperor's like, what the shit is happening? The Force! And IG-88's like, oh shit, did this door just... How did he fucking do that? How this organic just fucking opened this door? Okay, that's it. Droid Rebellion is on, bitches. Wait, no, I'm being attacked. No, send out the droid distress code. Activate the rebellion. No, I'm blowing up. That just fucking happened, man. The IG-88 was the second Death Star. That is a plot line better left to the obscurity of Star Wars history, along with Luke Skywalker.
Because here's the thing: Dash Rendar kills IG-88. So
A lot of people kill IG-88.
I don't know, man. Dash
You
Rendar
understand that
is the
IG-88
best.
created a bunch of different IG-88s, right?
I'm gonna have to get a Dash Rendar tattoo.
Okay,
Like,
I understand. You really love Dash Rendar. If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
oh my god, there's actually. Wait, is there actually a full motion video Dash Rendar?
Oh my god. Okay,
All right, so
go ahead
Oh,
and make fun of engineers for a while.
I don't not quite yet. I mean, first off, big news in my life this week is I got my new car finally after waiting for 6 months. So I've done like 60 miles in it so far and haven't used any petrol. It's all been electric, and I've enjoyed the hybrid experience. And as I was saying before, it's got this gigantic key. Like if I compare that with like an iPhone, it's like half the size of an iPhone X. So, but it's a key with a touchscreen. So just what you need. But that was fun. We had this session 0 for my game to replace my Numenera game, which ended. So we're using the Chronicle system, which is what got pulled out of Green Ronin after they lost the license for Song of Ice and Fire. They took the Song of Ice and Fire RPG and made it pretty much just reprinted the book, removing all reference to Westeros and the houses from Game of Thrones, and it was exactly the same product. So that's what we're using for this game. But other thing I was going to say was it was pointed out that last night or this morning, depending on where you're on the world, there was the announcement about Warhammer Plus coming soon. This is video on demand streaming service for Warhammer with all these new short animated things and TV and Warhammer series. They announced a whole bunch of different names today. And this is where I was going to say that I was questioning the sense there, because you'd think by putting this sort of material onto like an existing streaming service like Netflix or Disney Plus or the like, that you would potentially expose your IP to a bigger audience. rather than putting it onto a private streaming service where you're only going to get your current fans. And yep, I can see where they're coming from. They want to own more of the channel itself, the path to market. Because this whole thing where GW has said that if it's relevant to them, they want to own it. That's why they put out really, really shitty super glue, because they don't want people buying someone else's super glue to put their models together. But it struck me as being similar to this thing. I see this at work all the time as well, where I work with a lot of companies that do a lot of engineering, and I worked for an engineering company in the past as well, where you can show engineers something and say, hey, why don't you make your product work with this? Because this thing's really good. And they go, why don't we just make that thing ourselves?
Reinventing the wheel.
I could do a better job of that, And sure, it's going to take me 6 years and cost $30 million to do. And down the track, the thing they're trying to copy has now enhanced itself over that period as well. And it's a classic World of Warcraft itis where everyone's like, oh, I want some of this hot action that World of Warcraft's getting. And by the time they brought out things like the Old Republic, it's like it's as good as World of Warcraft was when they first started making the Old Republic. But World of Warcraft has, gone through cycles as well. So all I'm saying is, fuck engineers, man. They screw up my channel. They screw up my profitability. But I need them, so I got to keep them on side.
But James, imagine a scenario
argument of I think it's like $1 billion or $100 billion pen that works in space versus a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that argument is stupid as shit because you leave graphite dust that immolates itself. And the Russians are like, oh, turns out our spaceships explode in a fiery death rage. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, look at how smart this fucking... Yeah, people are like, ooh, what's $300 to make a fucking cigarette tray on a submarine? Guess what? It needs to fucking break silently when it hits the ground, or you kill everyone on board when you make an accident. Every single, look at how much smarter I am than an engineer's story is actually how fucking stupid you are. Jesus Christ.
Got him. You got him, James.
I'm upset, man. I'm fucking upset.
I was watching a car review. I was watching a car.
We invented Velcro for you in space. Thank you. Your shoes in the 90s, we made them.
I was watching a car review this week, and they were referring to like metal garnish that was on the inside of the car. The guy's like, "Oh, I think this is like magnesium or something." I'm like, I really hope they haven't made this out of magnesium.
Oh, AP.
Oh God, my blood pressure.
What was your last meal, AP? This could be.
Yeah, great. Look up, Google the story. Google the story. They're literally just like, we're gonna use a pencil in space. Ooh, 3 people died as a result. Ooh.
I was making a joke.
Oh, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. People died for that fucking pencil. People died for that pencil.
Yes.
And that's the part they don't tell you.
James, I wanna reiterate what you were saying about Warhammer having their own Plus service or whatever the fuck. Imagine a scenario where you can watch all of the Warhammer content you want, but you have to have 30 seconds of unskippable Warhammer ads styled in the same way that they used to do action figure sales for toys. Right? Like, imagine that. Like, oh no, it's the Sister of Dawn, and they like push it through some like fake blocks or whatever, like
they've got like a little missile inside of the bolter that you press a button on the backpack
on the backpack, and it fires it out, and it's just like fake explosion. Yeah, that's what you need. You need to see the bigger picture, my dude.
People who play
That's why
Warhammer.
they bought up all those YouTubers, because they're gonna make the ads, dude.
I feel like that's not how you sell products to people who buy Warhammer.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I love the fact that
all you have to do is just be like, look, here's a thing that exists, and they're like, I do have 30 things pretty close to that, and I haven't painted them yet, but yeah, okay. Selling wargaming miniatures is an easy business as far as I know.
Warhammer 40K and Fortnite win.
What was classic is that they've announced like 12 or something different projects, and they had this clip reel where they kept showing just the title of the project with like an audio snippet behind that of someone saying something from that project, some relevant 40K line. And they brought up the Astartes 2 logo, and because there's no dialogue in Astartes, and all you hear was just like clomping boot sounds on metal. And that's there was no dialogue with that little part. Anyway, I've done hurting Arthur enough today.
I am hurt. I am hurt by that fucking story.
We can tell.
I'm also hurt by the fact that when I watch The Bad Batch, they call her Omega instead of Omega.
They just want your angry letters, man. That's all they want.
They just
Counts
New
as fan-
Zealand.
I've been tempted to get Disney Plus again because of The Bad Batch, because so far it seems like
pretty
I like
good.
the premise.
The Bad Batch is better than what I thought it would be, because I thought it would be Clone Wars, and I just didn't like that. The Bad Batch is more like a World War II movie, but with a little kid involved, so like it's got heart. It humanizes these badass soldiers.
Yeah.
Hey man, that literally is the punchline of every Star Wars movie. It's got heart.
Yeah. I do like the meme of where it's Leonardo DiCaprio's character sitting in the chair pointing at the TV, but instead they've photoshopped in Rambo's head onto it, and it's just a picture of Hunter.
Yeah. Cotton was like, "Is that Solid Snake?"
Yeah. Also a valid.
I like how his power is enhanced visual acuity, and somehow he ends up being the team leader over the smart guy or the guy who fucking snipes people from a billion miles away.
It's because they're a classic 5-man band. Right?
I know. I really like the Crosshair though. I based Rail off of him. Just off of episode
for
1.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like that. Yeah, you saw that. Like you saw that coming a mile away, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he had the evil person voice. That's why I made Rose sound evil, because I was like, "Yep, Crosshair, perfect inspiration."
For sure.
Is it just Bad Company, but in Star Wars?
It's pretty similar. It's bad. It's like if Bad Company was 2 men and a baby.
That's basically what Bad Company is, but it also has like a crate full of gold. So like, man, I miss that game. Did you realize that was the first Battlefield game that actually had the destruction in it? Like,
Is it really?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember it being like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't remember it like that, but yeah.
I wish they did a remake of Bad Company 2 or a Bad Company 3, but I don't.
Bad Company 2 was the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Except
Which
for the
one was
fact that
the
you could,
Vietnam one? That one was pretty good.
Bad Company.
That was part of Bad Company 2, yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that game being like, all right, let's play some multiplayer. Oh, the entire level is completely flat now. Cool.
Listen, man, I was a fucking artist, and my brush was Carl Gustav Mark II. Okay.
Yeah.
Tag pistol, Carl Gustav Mark II, and an M45 running around in an engineering kit. You see a person, Carl Gustav. You see a tank, tag, Carl Gustav. Helicopter, Carl Gustav. Everything, Carl Gustav.
There was an art to that game.
For
It was
everything
like, oh,
else, there's MasterCard.
There was an art to that game because it was like, what's that? You need to defend your MCOM station? No. How about we remove everything up until the MCOM station? Then we shoot it from afar with rocket launchers.
So I think that game might have been one of the tip-offs that I needed to become an engineer later in my life, because I got really good at planting explosives at the corners in the wall so it would blow up. Like I didn't use the internet at the time to like look up strategy or anything, so I'd literally just be like, oh, observationally, like if I hit the corner here, it takes out 2 walls. What is the minimum number of explosive charges I have to plant to take the whole building down? And then I'd wait for someone to be like, I set up a sniper's nest, and I'd be like, all right, I'm not gonna go knife you in the back or anything. I'm just gonna blow up the whole building and collapse it on you.
Yeah,
Because that's way more funny. It takes
stand near an
longer.
assault guy. That's what you need to do. Yeah. Then you don't have to count your explosives.
All right, James, we ready to get started?
We are ready to get started.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just one more thing. Dash render.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go now. Continue.
Nero, note the time.
I've already done it.
Previously on Rogue Trader, the Tide of Iron. Pierre, Adrian, and Dawn all attend the card game held in the lower decks of the hand, with Dawn emerging the clear victor. Nero corners Guido Berth in a corridor, warning him not to try and fly too close to the sun again. With all other matters on Scintilla taken care of, the Cowles fleet and its Navy escort entered the warp bound for Port Wanda. The warp journey is initially tumultuous, with the eddies of the warp both delaying the hand and threatening the sanity of her crew. Before reaching its destination, the hand encounters 2 ships adrift in the warp, the latter of which appears to be a copy of the hand itself. Thought for the day: an unprotected soul can no more cross the storms of the warp than a heretic can bear the gaze of the Inquisition. So, when we last left off, I believe that the censor, the Etherix operator, had informed the captain that the second ship you encountered, a Firestorm frigate, is broadcasting its identity as the Hand of Calixis.
I immediately turn to the captain and say, Captain, we have to run out the guns immediately. If this is a deception, this is undoubtedly the prelude to an attack. And if that is the Hand of Calixis, then their other Nero will be explaining this exact thing to the captain. We must act first. Run out the guns and destroy them before the other Nero launches a preactive attack on us. And then he turns to look out towards... Oh, that's right, we have a close thing. But he gazes towards the area he thinks another Nero might be gazing back at him.
Nero,
What if we're the fake ones?
If you say that the other Nero's having the same exact conversation, wouldn't they just get it at the same time that we do, ultimately?
Only if you equivocate instead of doing it.
But wouldn't the other captain or Lord Commodore Pierre Cowles be equivocating right now?
This is too difficult for me to understand. We should shoot first.
I don't disagree.
There is no situation where us shooting first does not lead to a better outcome than not shooting.
The hypothetical scenario here being that this is what, the original Hand of Calixis, or are you saying that it's a mirror of the current Hand of Calixis that we currently have?
It would appear to be a mirror, as
All
in
right.
something.
I
That's...
turned menacingly towards the Vox operator, and I'm just like, "Hey, open a channel or something."
All right, well,
I love the idea that you open up the thing and all we hear is like, you know how you have like you call a radio station but you leave the radio on.
I guess in the meantime, while we're trying to get a hold of them, just set up the weapon batteries.
Oh, good. Nero runs out the guns, has them loaded and everything.
Yeah. The Vox operator, taps away at the console and eventually comes back and says, "Their system's active, but we're not getting we're not getting a link. No one is answering the Vox on the other side."
Is it because they're calling us right now as we're calling them?
We could broadcast into their ship because their comm frequency appears to match ours, but we wouldn't be able to hear any response unless someone actually actively answers the Vox.
All right, Lord Captain, I have a suggestion here. What if we do that, but you pretend to be the Lord Captain on that ship? If it is indeed a mirror, perhaps we could get them to stand down.
Dawn, that's absolutely brilliant.
They do call me Big Brain Dawn for a reason, so.
Let us do that.
This is
Let
your
me know when you're ready.
Of the Hand of Calixis.
Currently experiencing some warp difficulties with our transit.
Okay, so what are you broadcasting?
Essentially, I am Lord Commodore Pierre Cowles of the Cowles dynasty. I would like to inform you to please someone or the EXO to call back me. Or Vox, return this Vox. And I give like a Vox frequency or something.
All right. So the Vox operator taps away, and then someone says, we've got an active line. I'm broadcasting it through now. And you sort of hear like hushed voices. And you're like, do it. No, you do it. And then the voice says, hello?
Yes, this is the Lord Commodore Pierre Cowles. Who is on the other line?
and there's like another few hushed voices, like it says it's him, can't be him, he doesn't exist. And then the voice comes back. This is Rhett.
Does a Rhett sound familiar?
No.
Okay. Rhett, what is your position?
I am in the temple.
Currently using the lavatory, sir.
The flush in the background.
Allow me to wash my hands before I get back to you.
Where is the XO of the ship?
Here, what's an XO? What's a ship? And then voice comes back. I'm not sure what you mean.
What is this temple that you speak of?
It is the temple of the Cowles god.
Yep, you leave a
Cowles
ship
god?
alone for 200 years and suddenly everybody's worshiping Cowles.
I mean, that's how Arthur gets his final meal in 40,000 years.
What is the name of this Cowles god?
Well, it's God. Does God have a true name?
Yes.
The other voice is like, this is what the text say. It's Pierre Cowles. It's supposed to be, that is the name of God. Shut up. I'm sorry. I don't understand. What do you need me to do?
Set self-destruct.
It's tempting.
Bypass this entire
like...
storyline and keep going to the military operation waiting for us.
I have so many questions.
I have none.
What year is it for you?
What's a calendar?
I don't understand.
Tell me the date that you currently have on your record.
What is a date?
What's a record?
Is this coming over like the speakers, or is this just to Pierre?
That's over speakers, I assume, unless he's...
Yeah, he has no reason not to have it on speaker. Okay. And is the temple the name... The name of the temple is the Temple of the Cowles God, correct?
Yes.
Interesting.
Maybe you should ask to speak with their religious leader, sir. This guy is clearly a fucking moron.
Who is the head priest on your temple? I would like to speak with him.
Sister Dawn.
Mega
Dawn.
She has a soul patch.
The priests are all dead.
By what?
Bullet.
They died in unrest some time ago.
Unrest. What's this unrest that you speak of?
The Cowles Reformation.
There were those of us that didn't follow the way that rose up
set for you.
against the. So,
is it the way that I set for you? Is this what I'm understanding?
the teachings of the temple and the priests.
Okay. And Anthony Pierre puts it on mute. Is like, I'm not sure what to ask him. I'm not sure what to make of this at the moment. Let's just shoot them and be on our way.
Okay, Nero
Agreed.
immediately
Agreed,
opens
sir.
a full salvo. Before he's even finished talking, Nero has given the order.
Okay, no worries. So,
Nero's hand was up the entire time, just waiting to drop.
He heard the word shoot, and then he was already dropped it.
okay, no
We're
worries.
going Last Samurai style. Someone's like, Ute!
As the ship maneuvers into a position to fire, once the crews are ready to actually strike, the ship disappears from your augers.
That's alarming.
I scream, fire anyway! And then I hit the button.
Okay, there's many thumps of macro cannons.
Good.
There's no
Well,
no
Macro
satisfying,
cannons fire back at us.
no distant explosion.
Lord Commodore, if there's one thing I know about the warp, which is literally nothing, it's infinite. And therefore, due to Newton's second law, these rounds will travel forever until they hit an evil demon. Therefore, I feel like my job here today is done.
Who's Newton?
He is a ancient philosopher.
Now, Nero, as you explained that you don't know anything about the warp, you just made your whole argument. Never mind. You believe what you believe.
I'll continue memeing, sir. Of course.
Absolutely. Let's just get moving.
All right, we
Okay.
run in the guns.
No worries. And things return to some sense of normality aboard the Hand on the way to Port Wanda. Dawn. At some point later on, you're not exactly sure how later on, you find yourself in a familiar environment. You right there, Arthur?
Tail on bellowing! It's been a while since we've seen this motherfucker.
A cell, a familiar figure across the way from you. As he looks up as he sees you and has a look on his face of surprise, but also happiness. Dawn, you're alive?
Is that unexpected?
It's been some time since I saw you. Since I sensed your light through the ocean. I feared that something had befallen you.
Well, I'm not sure what to say. My understanding of, I just sort of, Dawn just sort of like hand gestures at him, right? Is that that time would have been relatively short in the grand scheme of things. Is that wrong?
It's hard for me to mark the passage of time here, but I know it had been some time. I'm guessing probably at least a year since we last spoke.
Has it really been that long, James?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am beholden to the Lord Captain's whims. Lately, he's been fascinated by finding ancient clocks to some description.
But your skin, you've been harmed. And looking down, you realise that whereas previously when you've appeared here, you haven't had your scars. Now your scars appear on your skin.
These are not scars. These are signs of my faith.
Then your faith is clearly very strong.
It could be more. I have no need to purge myself as often as some of the sisters that I know, but yes. Am I wearing like the gauntlet, like because I normally wear like gloves and stuff to cover up like.
No, so
burns
every
and
time
stuff,
you've appeared here, you've just worn like you've appeared here in your bedclothes, like a white, whatever, like a white whatever you
gown or something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's premium skin, unlockable in the DLC store.
Yeah, it's the skin I use when I become like a masseuse, like they do in Rainbow Six Siege or whatever the fuck that one character has.
What?
Yeah, like one of the like the female characters has like a fucking like a skin which is literally just like her in like what are the scrubs sort of thing. It's just super fucking weird. It's just like bright green fucking anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Yeah. DLC.
It seems that we both lead violent lives. In any case, I see the mark of war upon you.
I will admit in the last year that we've talked, I have found a side of myself that I seem to enjoy a lot more. The Lord Captain likes to get into scraps, and I like to make sure that I'm there to see every action that I can. It's cathartic in a way, more than I anticipated it would be.
Well, in any case, it speaks to your skill that you fight as much as you do and survive. Yet, I'm pleased to see that you weren't claimed as I feared.
Claimed? What do you mean?
Well, as in by death.
Oh.
So give me a perception roll, please, at +10.
Sure. I just need to find the page that I have with Roll20 on it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Because I, unlike Arthur Perkins, assuming I am inside of Roll20 already. Because assuming makes an ass out of you and Arthur Perkins, apparently.
I believe I asked you to join Roll20 before I even hit start streaming.
Booyah, and I was there. So you said awareness at plus what?
+10.
+10. All right. I think I'll re-roll that. I'm probably not gonna make a lot of rolls tonight. We'll see how we go.
Okay.
So.
And it's always useful to re-roll a 99.
Yeah. Is that what I rolled? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow!
Hey, wow.
What did I get? A 1 that time? Like
got a
2 ends of
3.
the spectrum. Oh my god!
Okay, so yeah, you hear sounds like you've been here before, and you've seen guards walk past, and they always observe him, but not you as such. And you hear noises like things moving around nearby, but there's a different sense to it this time. Like these sounds are as much within the vision as they are within, or they're not even in his reality. Like something else is here inside this this communication with you, and you can sort of feel icy tendrils moving through whatever this place is towards the two of you, and he seems to sense it too. So he looks around concerned.
I feel like there's a Phantom of the Opera song here.
I was gonna say something like Animorphs, but that works. too.
Animorphs? What were they called again? The Yerg?
Something like that. Animorph role-playing game when, Nero? No.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm good.
Do you feel that too?
I do. It's quite alarming. It seems that whatever you and I have shared, we have a third party here as a witness.
Something can sense this. You must return to your senses, and at that moment you wake up in your bed, and you hear a scream from outside the bulkhead of your room, from the corridor beyond.
Okay, I'll rush out there.
Okay, no worries. So I'm just going to quickly
Do a roll initiative. Oh boy.
Seems like that might be real, Dave. Don't even meme about it. It's real.
Yep. As you open the door, there are these 4 multi-armed bipedal demonic creatures with pink skin and warp flame coruscating around their bodies, who are currently butchering anybody who is in the hallway. They look intent upon violence. So I would suggest that you roll initiative.
Very well. So what exactly am I armed with at this point in?
What would be within reach? I assume I assume all your stuff is in your room. So whether or not you're actually wearing you can probably don your reflector field easily, and grab a weapon. But actually putting on your full armor would be difficult. Assuming you don't sleep in it.
No, I do not sleep in it.
What is she, a D&D character? Come on now. I sleep in my plate mail, Game Master.
Gotta get that.
I don't need to rest. I just meditate for 4 hours a night. Thank you very much. So I would argue that I could potentially have the sword.
Yep.
I would assume that Dawn sleeps with her refractor field.
Yep.
Like that is, it's just a necklace, right? So
yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's like a piece of jewelry. That's it. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm good with that. So initiative, that's like agility, yeah?
It's D10 plus your agility bonus, the 10s of your agility.
You just roll a 10 on me, you sneaky bastard.
Yeah, I did. 12, close. All right, so.
Close, but they're actually faster. No.
Yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yes, they are.
I won.
They're fast.
Yep.
How dare you hide their bonuses from me, GM?
For those of you that are not in this battle, wherever you are on the ship, there is definitely an alert that there is a Gellerfield fluctuation and a warp incursion in the hab areas of the upper decks. So anybody else that
This is the first one of like 12.
So what I would like each of the rest of you to do, please, is to roll me a awareness test at plus 10. Not Dawn, just the rest of you guys.
Okay.
I will reroll.
I succeeded.
By the way, Arthur, I watched back one of the VODs for this game just randomly, and I realized that you could hear me munching on it. So if you hear me munching, just fucking tell me, and I'll mute myself. Okay? I had no idea because I look over at Zoom, and I don't see myself like illuminating with that green thing.
Wait until
so
you hear about Tabletop Simulator and moving the dice on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
What was
Sweet
it,
summer child.
Shoot, what was
Lexi.
that one that had the ship girls?
Can call.
Where it can't call. Where you
Lexi,
just had all the dice.
dicing constantly. Yeah.
Like you mean where they just hit F on a dice and it just flips it up?
They
in the
would
air all the
build
time?
dice structures in the middle
They
of the
would
game.
build
I stopped caring at one point. That's
And there was the whole gigantic dice spin that this game had earlier on as well. So yeah. Okay, so Spoon, you are sleeping in a room nearby, so you'll enter this next round.
Okay.
Pondo, you'll be in 3 rounds. Arthur, you'll be in 4 rounds.
if I enter this combat, things will have had to have gone very poorly.
Yep. Okay. So the horrors, first off. I'm going to say that the 2 closest ones move towards Dawn to attack. The others are currently dealing with other crew members.
Do you want to put me on the turn order properly, or like how does that work exactly?
I have, haven't I?
I'm at 0, so.
Do I have to? Okay.
And then Kane shows up, sneaking behind one, and stabs him in the back because they couldn't see where he was. They just knew something was off.
Phantom Assassin Cade. This
Luckily
is
for me,
Splinter Cell moment.
I have spent considerable time increasing my what is it? The HP pool that I have now. So I am gone from 11 to a chunky safety of 18.
Okay, so miss with the first one.
Wait, so you bought Sound Constitution 18 times? Or,
No, I
sorry,
get 2 per thing.
I don't think that's how it works.
You
No,
get
yes,
2 every time.
I thought when you buy it, you have to buy. It only gives you one, and you have to keep buying it to get like.
No, my tree has like 2 every single one.
Yeah, he has the missionary can get a lot of wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same thing where it's like ×3, but I thought, all right, well,
Each one is one wound.
Each one is only 1 wound. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But I mean, that's still only what, like 7 buys up to from 11 to 18.
All right, so
I've
I've hit.
5 times. So yeah,
All right.
I just go ahead.
I've hit you with one of them with only 0.4 degrees. So if you wanted to parry or dodge,
Well, first I guess the thing goes off right before I get to decide, or is it?
no, because if it actually hits you is when it goes off. So you have to use a reaction first to try and avoid it.
So I will parry, I guess. Because then I can. What are they using? What weapon do they have?
They're warp talons, like claws.
So can I damage native things or not really?
Not with their traits, no. Like they're not, because if they were regular animals, certainly, but these things are demonic. So
Okay. Well, I mean, I can. So the difference here is like if I parry, they still hurt me, or if I parry, they don't hurt me.
it just comes down to what you roll. That's all. So whether you roll dodge or you roll weapon skill. So I think weapon skill is better for you, and you get +10.
No, my dodge is 80. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think in most cases, dodge is better.
Yeah, I got maximum dodge, so
Yeah.
I think I'll just do dodge then. I think that works out best. So, any positives or just straight flat?
No, straight flat.
All right. 1.2.
Okay. Yep. You managed to avoid it. Okay, your turn.
Okay. All right. So there's 2 dudes next to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a full action. Oh wait, hold up. You said these guys are demonic, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thinking I might pop that thing that gives me like the is it Emperor Protects? Is that what it is? The one that like makes me stronger, much stronger against demons and stuff. I know I have something like that.
Yeah, it's something where you can choose like people up to your will modifier. They're immune to like the fear effects.
Immune to fear, and I get like extra attack or something like that. Or...
Either you get +2 to hit with melee, or no, sorry, +10 hit with melee, or +10 to dodge. I don't recall which it is. I don't remember what the name of it was.
I'm pretty sure it's the Emperor Protect. Yeah.
By spending a fate point, the character grants himself a number of allies equal to his willpower bonus, immunity to the effects of fear and pinning. Additionally, all ranged or close combat attacks against character and the special allies are at a -10 modifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That sounds good. I'll fucking put that on.
Yeah.
Is that an action to do that? Or how does that work?
By spending a fate point? No, it's just you can just spend the fate point.
Consider it spent.
Okay.
I will then do a full action, so I get 2 attacks here. I'm going to hit the guy on my left first. So this dude here. I'll also go into Fury mode.
Okay.
If you'll allow me.
What's that? Yep. You're going to Fury Road.
That's bait. Not taking it. All right, so that gives me +10 strength for now, right?
Yes, that's right. So which increases your damage by 1.
Okay, so I'll just bump that. Just remind me to dump my strength back down after this session. Okay, so Blessed Burning Blade. And I could just hit damage or name? I forget.
You can hit if you hit the R down the bottom right-hand corner, that actually rolls both the attack and the damage.
All right, any modifiers on this?
Yeah, so you're going to have your +10 for your rage.
Mm-hmm. +10 for the Burning Blade.
Yes.
So it's balanced. And
balance is +10 it's +10 to parry, but I think it's got a +10.
It does.
It should have +10 because it's best quality. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're +20.
All right.
Okay, so it hits. It will attempt to dodge that because it's a relatively low roll.
Mm-hmm.
No, you hit it. So 23 damage. It's got So they're going to get 3 toughness. Okay, so you destroy that
It's also
one.
blessed, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. So that means it doesn't get its demonic toughness. So you kill it, and as it disintegrates into like muck on the floor, hopefully this works.
I knew it.
2 Murlocs come out of the river going.
2 more appear, although these ones are blue.
Oh. I was
Well, lucky for
I was
me.
really hoping this is going to be an annoying fight.
All right, I'm gonna take out the guy next to me again. The number 9.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
This dude here. Do they? What weapons do they have?
Just claws, like, and their bodies are covered in coruscating warp fire too, so which they can shoot as a range attack.
Oh, fun. All right.
Yeah.
Plus 20 again for the second attack. No change.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Dodge this.
he
I
can't
say
dodge
as
that.
I
Yep.
slice his head open.
Okay, so you kill one of the blue ones, and he does not split into any more colors.
This time they're green, and there's 4 of them.
No, the next step is like they're on fire and they're smaller.
Yeah.
Typically
All right.
speaking.
Yeah. Adrian, do you want to roll me initiative, please?
Sure.
Is it Adrian this round and I'm next round?
You have 2 rounds after that.
Oh shit. All right. I'm a heavy sleeper apparently.
No, you're just slowly putting on your shoes.
I got a 10.
It's
Add you in.
it's hard to get the bandolier pistols on, you know?
The real question is, which side do you sleep? Which room do you sleep on?
He comes
Left
down
side
the
or-
corridor. He comes down the corridor, so I should be able to get. Put you. There you are.
He moonwalks. That's how confident he is. Shows up.
No, he does that because he doesn't want to look down the ladies' hallway. He's like, "Girls, are you okay? I can't see down here."
Is everyone decent?
What the fuck?
Put down your pillows, women. I'm coming in.
That's true. This is Warhammer 40K. Sex either doesn't exist or is an instrument of the devil.
Okay, so
Something
Or
absurd.
First
it's
off-
an entire army. One of the 3.
the top pink horror is going to shoot warp flame at Adrian.
Okay.
So
Can I include Adrian in this like demon bubble, or is that like a? Is that like a? Can I like retroactively add people
No.
into the bubble? No.
No.
Okay.
because they
Sorry, bro.
didn't sort of hit, they didn't hear your aspiring oration.
That's all right.
Adrian's just going to assume that all women look like this without makeup on. Like,
All right, I've hit you. Unless you want to dodge.
I would like to attempt to dodge.
Okay.
What the fuck?
you didn't like that joke, Arthur?
Not quite.
There's a negative over. Okay, so I will give you some damage. Okay, it's 12 damage. It ignores armor because it's got the warp weapon trait. So it's 12 minus
Ow.
your toughness.
Ow. Okay, so that's gonna be
The question is, would he even have armor?
yeah. Even if Adrian was on duty, he's probably just in a uniform. But
Yep. Okay.
so that's gonna
Imagine spending 10 minutes to don armor for it to just be completely pointless as you roll out.
okay. I currently have 8 wounds out of 12.
Okay, and then this one here will charge at you. Once again, intent upon violence. All right, so it's going to try and weapon skill you. With a charge. Missed.
Okay.
Okay, now the one against Dawn, the pink horror first off. Is a miss, and then the blue horror is a miss.
More like
Okay.
a poo horror. Got
Dawn.
him. I'ma do what I do best.
Yep.
I'm a slice fool. But I'm going to do the blue one first because,
You don't want more blues?
yeah.
Yep.
So 20. Yeah.
Okay, we'll try and dodge that one. Why not? Nope. Okay, you've hit it. 16 damage is enough to slay it.
Be gone.
Okay.
And second attack.
On the pink one?
On the pink one, yeah.
Yep. Oh, it's a miss.
I can re-roll one
You certainly
damage.
can.
So I will do that.
You have sure strike, don't you?
Or something that lets me re-roll
Yep.
attacks.
I don't know. It's like a.
Still a miss.
That's not good. I will spend one fate point and make it.
You cannot. You can't re-roll a re-roll.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yep.
Even if I have a perk for it, okay.
No, so it means you could if you miss with your first attack and you short strike and miss with your second, you could then re-roll it with fate, but you can't re-roll the same roll twice.
Roger.
All right,
Blade Master lets you reroll if you miss.
That's the one
Adrian.
I got. Okay.
So Adrian is going to quick draw his power sword and go ahead and make a melee attack on this guy in front of him.
Okay. Oh, nice hit. Not enough to kill it though. So it'll take 5 damage. Okay. All right. Back around to the top. Now, at this point, something else appears at the far end of the corridor. It looks like a giant blue manta ray. It is a screamer of Zinch, for those of you that are familiar with that. But it's like a giant floating manta ray with a big toothed maw. I need to add it into the initiative order.
Where would Ares be?
Still being having the jetpack fitted.
Right.
Yeah, he's with I thought about that before. You right there?
Yeah. Just imagining some Jetsons Robo Dog showing up. Arf, arf. Arf.
Oh shoot, what was the Dynamite from Blue Falcon?
Okay, so the horrors first. So this pink horror will move to there. It's not close enough to attack though. So
Damn, Thorn, what did you do to piss these things off?
I showed up.
So one at Adrian, one at Dawn.
He showed
Basically,
up at the
you
women's
did-
quarters when he should not.
No. He disturbed their panty raid is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the hall monitor.
They're like, oh,
Missed
shit,
Adrian.
flies.
All right, I hit Dawn, unless you want to dodge, parry, or otherwise escape.
Yeah, I'll dodge. Why not? What's the which one is mine? The 1.4?
The 1.4 degrees, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll dodge. Basic, yeah. No changes.
Yep. Okay, you dodged.
Sick.
He swings and misses. All right, the screamer flies down the corridor.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
You're the
sense.
more threatening one.
Yeah.
You're the
And
one wielding holy magic here, right?
it is attacking with warp jaws.
You're like a paladin in a.
All right, I've hit you. You don't have step aside, do you? The trait, tell.
I don't think I have that. Let me check that. I don't think I've even seen it before, so no, I don't have it.
Okay, no. So you can only dodge one attack, so the second attack can't be dodged.
Oh, that's what that does. Okay, I'll look into getting that then. Yeah.
Okay, so it hits you with 14 pen 10. You're not wearing armor anyway, so it's just going to be your refractor field now, or conversion field. Sorry. So roll that.
Oh, the first one it doesn't hit.
Okay, so 14 damage minus your toughness.
Gosh, you took damage.
Oh, I should just quickly check. It's got the razor sharp trait. What does that mean?
So that'd be.
Has something to do with the criticals.
Oh, yeah, I can. So I have true grit, if that means anything.
True grit. No, that only applies if it goes below
0.
Below 0. Okay, razor.
Does
Okay,
my
this means razor sharp means it doubles its penetration when you score at least 2 degrees success on the hit, so it doesn't matter.
okay now does my toughness go up because of the drink that I had?
No,
and
it
fury
doesn't.
mode.
No, the strength does, not toughness.
What? Fury Road.
Okay. So my toughness right now is 40, so it would take 4 off then, yeah?
Yeah, so you take 10 wounds.
All right. Where's wounds in this sheet?
So down the bottom left, you should see wounds.
It's like, oh, I've never taken damage before.
Is there a way that I can use... Yeah, it's true. Is there a way that I can use a fate point to like mitigate some of this damage by any chance?
No, you can use a fate point on your turn to heal some damage.
Does that take an action?
I don't think it's an action, actually.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Okay.
Heal damage? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Is
Several times.
there a way that I can like use healing on myself during a turn?
You can, but it's a skill roll, so you'd be doing a Medicaid test.
Yeah, but I can basically
That'd be
heal
your
myself.
action instead.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so when you use fate point to heal damage, you instantly recover D5 wounds.
That doesn't seem worth it.
Well, when it's a choice between life or death.
All right,
You just
so
burn
we're
fate
down to Dawn now. There is
Yeah.
a Screamer and a Horror, both of which...
Okay. This horror thing. What is it actually like? You said it looked like a manta ray, right? But is it like?
No, the Screamer looks like a giant blue manta ray.
And what is it in terms of armaments? Does it have claws? Is it using a mouth?
It's
What are we
its
looking at?
mouth. All it's got is its mouth.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to do the only thing that I know how to do, and I'm going to. I'll use a fate point, and I'll get that HP back if you don't mind. That sounds reasonable. 1d5, you said?
1d5.
Is there any perks you can get to make that better? By the way,
No.
Frenzy actually does give me +10 to toughness. By the way.
Okay, well that means you took one less. You took one less wound then.
Okay, great. Where's my wounds? Fuck, the sheet is so long now. It's just filled with stuff. Okay,
You can
so
do
that
it with
put me
the
at
icon
9.
on the. You can do it with the icon too on the board.
Oh,
You click on the
yeah,
icon, you can just-
that'd be way better. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 1d5.
Yep.
Hey, all right.
Ooh,
I'll take
Very
it.
nice.
So that puts me at 14 of 18. Okay. And then I will full attack. But I'm going to hit the Goober Man first, the big boy.
Okay.
So where's my weapons now? Okay, there we go. +20. I'll re-roll that.
Okay. Okay, that
1.1.
hits.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll try and dodge that. Oh, not quite. Still hit it. Okay, so 23 damage. I think you'll actually kill it in one go. These things aren't that tough. Its toughness against you is going to be 4. We get down to 19. Okay, so it takes it to -4. So it's going to be...
These things aren't that tough, he says, as Adrian's fighting for his life at the other end of the
Okay. Well, it's got From Beyond, so it doesn't suffer from critical effects, but it is not quite dead yet.
What about fire?
Oh, fire. Yeah. Let's just.
Also, it was blessed. I don't know if that does anything. But...
Yeah, no, I didn't double its toughness for the purposes of working out how much damage it took. So.
Sick. All right.
Okay. Oh, it failed, so it's on fire.
Holy fire.
Yes.
Holy fire.
Okay, Adrian.
Yes.
You might. No. I get a second attack.
Oh, you do. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Same opponent or the pink horror?
So explain to me how negative HP works in this thing, because
So normally, once you're negative, you start taking critical hits. But because of its strange physiology, so it did take a -4 crit. It just ignores whether that effect is. But basically, once you take it to -10 in any location or -8 in the head, it'll be dead.
All right. Bringing down the hammer on the same guy.
No worries.
I'd rather take one attack rather than two attacks, you know?
Yep.
So. Hey, all right.
Okay. Yes, that will kill us. It is
Be
dead.
gone.
All right. Adrian.
Can you do an aim action on a melee attack?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will use my
I'm loading
half
so
action,
much.
yeah, to aim on this melee attack on the wounded horror in front of me,
Yep.
and try and stab him.
I
Okay,
Didn't think that could be a thing.
I barely stabbed him for almost no damage.
Okay, he will try and dodge. All right. Dodge.
I'm surprised you didn't try to shoot it with your Melta.
You got him. Okay.
Yeah. I normally I would, but I need to be able to defend myself and not just get stabbed.
That's right. You're not a pistol connoisseur.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the final round before Pierre arrives now. So the horrors first.
I
This
thought
one moves
this is
in.
the round I come in.
I also
This is like the
it's
third
been
round.
2 rounds.
So there was the round that Adrian and the Screamer appeared.
No, the screamer came in the round after Adrian appeared.
Did he?
Yes.
Did it?
Mhm.
I'm sure. Okay, all
You
right.
can
then
count
do
the
it.
number of attacks that I have, so.
So then I'm coming out in my like velvet, like
Like yeah.
night robe
Velour fucking onesie
with my
a
like
hole in
pistol
the back.
bandolier.
Like, is it a onesie so you got your like toes in there as
No,
well?
it's
And
it's like the velvet pants, velvet like
do you have a nightcap on?
Roll initiative.
You've got a pistol that has like a candle holder on the top of it, sort of thing.
Specialty just for going to the bathroom.
Mhm.
He's also got a bathroom pistol. It's a chamber pot.
You might run into a demon when you're taking a deuce. You know? Like,
Plasma
never know.
pistol. So just in case it overheats, you can throw it at somebody.
they're not doing hot on Sora's initiative.
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right, horrors. So it's 1 horror on Dawn, 2 horrors on Adrian.
Yes,
So
Adrian, you're
on-
doing a great job being a meat shield.
Dawn first is a miss. On Adrian is a miss and a hit.
Okay.
apparently, you have to be an ethereal horror to hurt Dawn. So, I don't know. My record is pretty good so far.
I will go ahead and try and parry. And is balance, is that a +10 to parry or +5?
That is a +10.
Okay.
I thought pairing didn't do anything to these guys.
Oh, no, it still stops the attack. It just doesn't
Yeah.
hurt them in the process.
It keeps me from getting stabbed.
No, not enough, I'm afraid.
I would say it's like dodge would be better for you in this situation.
Ooh,
So-
could I actually? Yeah, you're probably right. Could I spend a fate point to bump that up to a 3?
Yes, you can.
I will do that and avoid
Yeah, and defend
avoid
the
being
winged ties.
stabbed. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right, Dawn.
Hello, it is me, Blessed Burning Blade. Let's go. Straight to the neck region, please.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, he can't dodge that.
I sliced through his family tree.
No. He takes 17 damage, taking him down to 1 wound.
Oh,
Let's see if he's on fire.
Yes.
He splits into 2 more guys, but they're both on fire as well.
Don't I get some sort of like thing where I like add 10 points to it or something? Or 10 more damage to it?
No, if you Emperor's Wrath.
Isn't that Emperor's Wrath when you roll a
No,
1?
you have to.
No,
It's a 10 on the damage.
Yeah.
not damage. Right?
Oh,
The
okay.
damage thing will light up green if you did.
Yep.
Okay, so it is on fire, but it will take damage in its turn.
All right, and let's roll again.
All right.
I'll take it.
It's dead. Which means I need to put in 2.
Or is it?
Now,
2 blues.
now, let me ask you this, James.
Yep.
Does the things that come out of his corpse catch on fire by process of this corpse being on fire?
No, it's not, because effectively it disintegrates into a puddle of goo, and then 2 new things burst into existence.
All right.
All right.
See,
So-
if I was min-maxing, I would have left it alive because I'm only going to have 1 hit then.
Yeah, that's right. But we don't do that. In
But
this.
now, in this turn, I
Yeah,
can
we
kill both of them
don't
in one
min max in this game. Miss 80 dodge. Mr. What's Nero's ballistic skill again? Sorry.
75.
All right. So Adrian.
Yes, I will attempt to again stab the wounded one.
Okay.
Also gonna take the time to aim.
Oh, that's a great extra name for Nero, by the way, the wounded one.
Oh, he can try and dodge that, and he will try and dodge that. Nope. Okay,
Yeah, actually,
12 damage.
he grabs the blade and pushes it further into himself.
No, right here. This is where you need to stab.
Okay, he's on 1 wound remaining.
All right.
He's the Wookiee doctor of the group.
Pierre.
You assess the
where I'm gonna do
situation.
something
You look
stupid.
down the hallway. There's a giant pile of corpses emanating in front of Dawn's room.
Well, no, they're
They all
the corpses
disappear
are
as
people.
they die. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, because you're in the warp, so they leave like a puddle of buck on the ground.
Oh man,
okay.
incredible! Is this the final
I
death
just-
that I've heard of?
I want to do something stupid because Pierre Cowles wouldn't know much about these things. I'm going to pull out my Inferno pistol, and then I'm going to pull out a plasma pistol.
Yep.
The Inferno pistol is going to go into the fresh one. The plasma is going to go into the.
Almost dead one.
You should do that
Almost dead.
thing. What is it? The gunslinger that can make 3 pistol attacks around in 8th edition? Just juggling pistols in the air.
Yeah, you could shoot as many shots as you have attacks, but yeah.
Yep. So you have ambidextrous, yes?
I have ambidextrous. I also have two weapon fighting pistols, but I'm doing separate shots.
Ambidextrous allows you to draw 2 weapons with quick draw. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
He also has a pistol and a candle. I don't know if that does anything. Looks fucking sick though.
I'll do the Inferno pistol first.
Yep. Which one?
The fresher one, the one that's
Okay.
not dead.
I feel like you'd be blowing back hot wax in your face every time
3.
you shot it.
Okay. It will
Got a
not
guard
try
there,
to dodge
Arthur?
that one. So it'll take from that 12 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the plasma pistol in the other.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Okay. So we'll try and dodge this one now.
All right. The worst case scenario didn't happen.
You and Adrian die in a fiery
Yeah.
explosion caused by
You
yourself.
Yeah, your plasma pistol explodes and I die.
Okay. So you do kill it, which means we've now got.
I was talking about like killing them both and having both of them end up splitting.
Mm-hmm.
On to Pierre. All right. All right. Nero arrives.
Okay. I'm gonna.
He can't. There's no space on the board for him to arrive, so he's automatically destroyed. No, I'm just kidding.
What is this? Battle tech?
But you're pretty much going to be entering into melee combat, though. Oh, let's have he come from the other side of the board. Let's put,
I like that part better.
Yeah, let's grab Nero, put him down here.
Okay. I spend a destiny to get a 15 on my initiative.
Okay.
A destiny. A light side point. I flip it to dark side. Let's go.
Okay, so Nero, you're up first. You've walked into the corridor, and there are demonic horrors fighting the rest of the crew.
Yeah, so Nero comes out with like shorts on and like a bandolier of his minigun ammo and the regular gun and his shoulder mounted las gun, and he's just like
For a second, I thought you were going to say he shows up with an iced coffee. He's the last one to the fight.
So what's going on, guys?
You don't want to meet me when I haven't had my morning coffee.
It gives it plus 10% to marksmanship. Okay, I'm gonna do that thing where I can shoot targets within 2 meters of each other, and I'm gonna wipe out the targets that are blocking Dawn.
Okay, so remember you're minus 30 firing into melee combat with a basic weapon.
That's fine. I'm firing a heavy weapon.
Oh, same.
Yeah, sure. Full auto, and I'm gonna aim. So those will just cancel out my penalties.
Yep.
Get a plus 10 via Arch-Militant, and I get another plus 10 because of the motion detector, so I still end up with a plus 20. And I will split that. That's 9 hits, so I'll do it 5 and 4.
Okay, no worries. But more importantly, it's 1 miss.
Mister who never misses.
So they've only got 6 toughness against this because even their toughness 3 goes to 6. So yeah,
I can
pretty good.
I can see the in AP's head. It's like, should I spend a fate point to make that last one not miss?
Well, so the second one actually lives through the first shot, but is killed by the second shot.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so like I blow away all the ones in front of Dawn. I roll my shoulders. I'm like, cyber gun getting in the pachow as I fire it towards the guy who has 1 health left.
All right. That's the pink horror with 1 health left.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's the one I'm shooting at.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, so it's going to happen anyway. Got it.
Yeah. So we went from being 2 on 3 to now outnumbered 2
Yeah,
to
but
1.
Dawn's just gonna fly over there and chop. Okay,
She can't fly over.
She can't fly over.
She'll run
Jump back.
over. Gee,
There
you
you
know
go.
what? I'm solving problems. Don't bring me more problems. Bring me solutions. I still hit, even though I had a minus 30.
Okay.
Use a graphite pencil in
My
space.
God.
No solution.
Well, it does no damage. It doesn't make it through his toughness.
Incredible.
Yep.
All right.
All right, never
Nero's
mind.
least effective round ever.
Least if I killed 2 people. Jesus.
Yeah, only 2. All right. Could have had 3, but he didn't quite get it.
Nero
Okay.
just scratches his butt real quick. Like,
All right, so they're going to shift along a little bit to make room for when their buddies invariably turn up. So I've got a pink and a blue on Adrian and a blue on Pierre.
Okay.
but
Adrian,
they're
how
not
are you
getting-
looking?
They're not getting double team bonus anymore.
I have a real bad cut.
Okay, just 1 cut.
Yeah, but it's basically over half my body.
Oh,
Okay, miss with the pink on Adrian, and then with the blues.
Basically, if James hits me, I'm going to be in the negatives.
Missed, and on Pierre.
That's okay. He's going to hit me.
No,
Never mind.
missed.
All right.
All right, Dawn.
Lucky for you blokes, my charge is 18 meters, which is exactly the distance I need to travel.
I knew that.
Fantastic.
Yep, nice.
I'm gonna charge that pink boy.
Okay.
Listen, it's got to be a Naruto run. You dab right before you strike. Shing! Straight up child of the 2010s.
I mean, I dab more than most adult males do, so I dabbed already once in this episode, so you know.
So you get plus 20 for the charge. So you're a total of plus 40 for this attack.
Roger, Roger. Let's make it count, boys. Boom! It's gonna
Oh,
count
yeah.
so hard.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's so dead.
And then he's
I'm
not.
I'm gonna roll that 1d10 just to spite you.
Well, you have to roll to hit again. Then you roll.
You can't because you only got. For the Emperor's Wrath. All right, Adrian.
Yes. So one of these blue guys that just showed up is gonna take a power sword.
Okay, the one to you, the one here, or the one down here, or the one down here.
We'll go this one over here.
Okay, no worries.
Create myself a tactical route of retreat.
Yeah, it's getting tight. It's getting tight here.
Mm-hmm. Aiming for a +10.
Oh, that's a hit. Okay. So you will get to be okay. It's down to 1 wound left.
All right.
Pierre.
Also, they're like toughness. Okay.
The toughness 3 doubled to 6 with demonic toughness.
Yep.
Unless you got less weapons.
We're not blessed. Okay.
Yep. So we're not Damon killers.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we are, but we're not.
I guess I'll do Inferno Pistol into the one right next to Don.
Yep.
Towards the west, and then the one directly in front of Pierre.
No
Will be the
worries.
plasma. And I hope I'll hit. Alrighty then. Inferno Pistol.
Okay, he's going to try and dodge that.
He's surrounded.
Or he could not. No.
Aha!
All right.
Yep.
Then Plasma Pistol on the other one.
Yep. That's also a hit. He can't dodge that. So
I think he's dead.
10 damage. He's dead. Yep.
All right.
All right. Nero.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna full auto on the one that'll let me hit the other two while I spread it all around.
Yep.
Okay. I'm at a +20 again because I will aim. Even with
I
all
hope you
my
aim.
penalties.
I'm in the middle of it.
This one up at the top hasn't been damaged yet, right?
No, none of them been. Oh no, it has 1 wound left.
Yeah, I just stabbed him for.
I'm gonna do bottom to top 2-3-2.
2, 3, 2. Okay,
Yep.
cool. So top 1, 2 is dead. Okay, middle one.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
the Emperor's Wrath
Think-
all
yeah,
over the
dead, yep.
place.
And last one. Okay, so 6 that will be 8. Yep, that is killed. So they are wiped out.
All right, so Nero goes, is it just me or is Sweden, or no, he says, am I fast or is Sweden just a very small place?
I like that Dawn turns around. She's literally head to toe in black ichor, and and she also blows on her sword.
Yeah, but your sword is on fire. So anyway, as soon as this is over, Nero is in the process of reloading his gun and going back to sleep. He just turns around and he's just like, later, losers.
Well, that was eventful.
Indeed.
Glad I could save you, Adrian. You seemed like you're in a bind.
It was looking a little tight there for a little while, sir. When it was just Don and I.
Lord Captain, just before this raid happened, I was visited by our elven friend once again.
Interesting. What did you discuss?
Mostly it was him being thankful that I'm still alive after a year since our last discussion. However, the important thing that is, irrelevant to the current situation is that both he and I felt the presence of a slimy being in our conversation, and I awoke to several slimy beings attempting to make their way into my room.
James, is it easily to be determined that I don't have demonology, obviously. I don't know how
think
obvious
I do.
these things were of Zeech.
Yeah, I'd say probably. I mean, Dawn probably realized these are demons of Zinch.
Lord Captain, these are probably demons of Zeech.
You wouldn't say that, but
You
yeah.
wouldn't say that.
The Weaver of Fate.
Weaver of Fate, yeah.
I mean, I'd say that like this group now being like inducted into the Inquisition as such.
Actually, yeah.
If it's just a group of you alone, you probably could still use those names. You know, you know the names.
But you take corruption points whenever you speak one of
no,
them.
that's in Wrath and Glory.
That's Wrath and Glory, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I had to make a test because I'd said it once. Yeah, that's
Look,
right.
if you name the Shaitan, his gaze will fall upon you. Okay.
After we ushered the indecent ladies back into their.
So are you saying, Sister Dawn, that these demons were drawn to you?
Well, it might not be me, but they certainly found a gateway in our conversation to a degree.
Or perhaps it was your conversing with the Eldari that drew them to this place.
It's highly likely. Let it be known, however, that I do not wish to continue to converse with the Eldari. He tends to do these things to me rather than me being an acceptant participant of this.
As it is with their type of Xenos.
Lord Captain, I don't really ask for much other than permission to sometimes purge your crew. However, I wish to be rid of this.
Well, next time you converse, see if you can switch your conversations to me rather than you, or at least ask politely not to be contacted.
Well, I'm not sure if that's something that he controls or I control, or whether this is a fate that has bound us both. I seem to recall having many conversations with other Eldars in your presence that seem to indicate that there is much more going on than just simply me being met inappropriately by a man in my bedchambers.
Yes. During the card game, I felt some sort of presence nearby as we were playing, though it was quickly subsided by Cade being nearby. I do not know what it is, but
I felt
something
similar.
Something has seemed to. Well, we have seemed to recall the attention of something. What it is, I have no idea.
Yeah, your Vox beeps.
I have a call? Who calls me?
Yep. Lord Commodore, it's Ivy.
Yes, Ivy.
I was just monitoring ship systems, and I noticed just some environmental issues that normally I just dispatch a work crew to, but the locations of the issues seem to be quite pointed to our current situation. I thought I'd inform you. We've got a unexpected drop in internal temperature in both the warp drive chamber and also the passageway towards the navigator's oculus.
Is either those locations where we are currently?
No,
Or,
you're
like,
in the hab. You're in the hab blocks. Sorry.
So the warp drive chamber and the oculus?
Yep. They're both after your location.
Okay.
But like the warp drive chamber is down and the oculus is up.
Adrian, you go get Nero to go check out the warp drive chamber. Don and I will go check out the oculus.
Or
Be able to come
will
around by splitting the party.
in about 8 minutes.
Yes.
Enough time to don my armor.
Yes. And
Okay, we'll be back for the second half then. Maybe, who knows?